And yet we have another health director forcing people to stay in their homes while it now comes out that they were out partying, doing all kinds of partying and playing on your dime while forcing you to stay in your homes during the pandemic. And here we go.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
All right, folks. Remember greasy Gavin Newsom telling Californians to stay in their homes while he would go out fine dining and throwing parties in these expensive restaurants? And what about Mayor Beetlejuice over there in Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, telling people to stay in so she could go out and get a haircut while this poor woman had her business shut down in Staten Island because she wanted to cut hair? Yeah. Well, feast your eyes on this and try not to vomit, as the man's name is similar to the word vomit or vermin. J.K. Varma. No, you cannot make this stuff up. Kind of reminds me of that white chick, that pro-Hamas white chick by the name of Slutsky. Remember her? They just walk right into it just by having these names. So this vermin decided to tell people to stay in. He's like the head of the Health and Human Services team in New York City. And he's telling people, stay in during the pandemic. Meanwhile, during the pandemic, he was going to wild sex parties, wild ones. And he was getting his freak on with all kinds of married women and stuff like that. I'm sure he was going out to all kinds of swinger parties. Who the hell knows? But he was going out to wild sex parties. Who's to say the marital status of the people he was having sex with? But there he was, just having sex with people in these wild sex parties, or attending these wild sex parties, and you had to stay hunkered down at the height of the pandemic. What a cockroach, what a vermin this J.K. Varma is. He is the epitome of simian force. He is but a retarded simian, and we have to hunker down because of people like this. And of course, it's another Democrat, the party for which crime runs rampant. Crime runs rampant because of the Democrats. So because of people like him, people got frustrated. They saw a guy die of an overdose in police custody, blamed the cop, and rioted all over the country. But you combine that with frustration from being locked in your house all day, and it gets 10 times worse, as we've seen in the so-called Summer of Love 2020 there. The summer that unfortunately cost our great president his election. Actually, it was like fraudulent mail-in voting that had a helping hand in that too, but you got the idea. This guy, J.K. Varma, he is definitely on my shit list. He should be on your shit list too. Along with Lori Lightfoot, along with greasy Gavin Newsom, along with the Democratic candidate for president of the United States, Kamala Harris and her cuddly coach running mate, Tim Waltz. These are people that are just no good for America. They want to flip the United States of America into a communist nation. And you have all these examples of failed communist nations, and a blue-head socialist will turn around and say, well, that's not real socialism, that's not real communism. You mean they had 179 chances to get it right over the last 100 years or so, and they fucked up? Meanwhile, this country that's almost 250 years old has gotten it right the first time, and wherever they didn't get it right, they tweaked it a little bit to improve the country. And that's been working, but you're going to turn around and say this little bit over 100-year-old concept with 179 failed examples is the better choice. You're going to need a lot more than that to convince me. You really are. But yeah, Kamala Harris is no good for the country. And obviously, this J.K. Verman guy was all wrong for New York City. And of course it's a Democrat, and we need to vote these Democrats out of office. You know, and I heard that Andrew Cuomo wants to run for mayor of New York City. So he's disgraced. He's out because of a sex scandal, which is why we have Huckster Hochul as our governor now. And he's got the gall to try to be mayor of New York City. Squash that. It'll be another failed attempt. And yeah, if he runs for mayor of New York City, first of all, he would lose in the primary to Adams. I'm no fan of Eric Adams. I think he's a softy. And a shame on him for being an ex-cop and a softy on crime, but he's a softy. And he is, as his inevitable future opponent, Curtis Sliwa, would call the swagger man with no plan. And if I see, I'm telling you, if I see Curtis Sliwa's name on the ballot for mayor next year, that man has my vote. Meanwhile, this year, we got Donald Trump and J.R. Vance running for president and vice president, respectively. We got my Congresswoman, Nicole Maliotakis, running for re-election, and she surely has my vote, God bless her. We got Rubber Stamp Gillibrand running for re-election. Nope, we can't let her run for re-election. We can't let her win that re-election. We got to elect an ex-cop, Mike Sapricone, who is the head of a very successful security business. And, yeah, we got to make him the senator of New York. This way we could balance out Schmuck Schumer until his day in the polls is up, and we could vote him out. But until then, we got to get Mike Sapricone in there. For those of you in Jerry Nadler's district, you got to vote for Mike Zembluskas. Jerry Nadler sat idly by as people ravaged universities throughout Manhattan in the name of Hamas. Mike Zembluskas would not have allowed that. And you got to get Mikey Z in there. So Mike S for Senate, Mike Z for Congress in Jerry Nadler's district. AOC, of all people. That talk about horrible communists and socialists. AOC is running for re-election. And we're going to tell her, F out of here, in the immortal words of her opponent, Republican and true patriot, Tina Forte. And it's getting near crunch time. I'm going to be mentioning all these other names of people running for office. Kerry Lake is running for senator of Arizona. You know, make sure if you live in her area that you're voting for her. Marjorie Taylor Greene is up for re-election. Make sure you guys down in Georgia re-elect her. I mean, and New York, wherever there's a Democrat in office running for re-election, you got to vote them out. I don't care if it's the senator. I don't care if it's your local congressperson. If they're a Democrat, get them out of office. Everybody from the president all the way down to dog catcher. If they're a Democrat in there, you got to get them out. Because the Republican Party, I'm telling you, is the party of morality. In conservatism and in belief in God, there is morality. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Don't listen to people telling you to stay in your house while they go to sex parties. Stay strong and keep kicking that slang. It's your boy MC Too Tall, the master of sound quality, keeper of the chalice, killer for real, underground rock and roll hero. Be good.